Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Originally launched in the 1920s, the Rolex Prince was a product of its era. Art Deco, form factor, a wristwatch in the early days of the wristwatch genre, it was anything but standard. And by the standards of the modern era, it was just as offbeat when it reappeared at Baselworld in 2005. This model right here, one of two in white gold available of 4 models produced, is reference 5441/9. And I would say if you want to go Art Deco to the max, this is the variant to buy. White gold, really gray gold, more on that in a moment. The watch recaps the original rectangular Prince design, now part of the Cellini collection. This is the Rolex Cellini Prince. I measure it from side to side, 27.3 millimeters. It's 9.4 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, 44.1, and then there's a 19 millimeter spacing between the lugs. We'll throw this watch on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and I'll withdraw my glove a bit so you can see it. It fits beautifully. Now, it does wear larger than its stated size. I think we have this listed as a 28. I had to measure it to know for sure. It's a little bit smaller than that side to side, but look at the way it sits on the wrist. It does not look small. I would advise you to consider this sort of like a 40 millimeter, maybe even 41 millimeter round watch if you need a size equivalency formula. You can see that it is curved to fit the wrist, and it is very flat, so it'll easily slide under a dress cuff, but this is elegance incarnate and a very different look for Rolex. Taking a look on my wrist, 16 centimeters circumference, I've got quite a bit of clearance on each side, so it is short across the wrist. The strap is very integrated. A little bit like a reverso, the strap sits in a recess underneath the case band, so there's no daylight showing, and you get this highly integrated look where one sockets into the other. We have these gadroons where the strap joins the case, and you can see more of them on the dial. The strap is a lovely piece. You can see it's fairly thick cut, gloss, medium rectangular scale alligator leather. Now, it is a bonded strap with a folded edge, a rare thing to see at Rolex. No stitching, it is a bonded strap, so designed to look seamless. There's no stitched seam. Makes sense? Calfskin on the bottom, Rolex factory strap. Each side has several pairs of divots, so you can move the spring bar and change the anchoring point. You've got quite a bit of adjustability. Now, there are other strap sizes available, so if for some reason we can't make this work, we will get you a new strap in order to fit your wrist. We are a Rolex certified pre-owned dealer. We have access to those adjustments. An unusual clasp by Rolex standards in that it has absolutely nothing to do with the oyster clasps. You can see it closes sequentially like this, one side before the other, and then the 5-point coronet. There's a little kerf underneath that so you can open it up. It's friction fit. It's a snap shut, but very secure. Gray gold, what is it? I mentioned it before. It is a type of white gold that is white gold all the way through. 18 karat white gold never needs to be rhodium plated, so if it is scratched, it's the same color underneath. Now, one of the unheralded features of this unheralded watch, and hugely underrated, is that it's a monoblock case. Taking a look here, you can see there is no distinct seam between the case and the bezel. Everything, the movement, the dial, it loads through the back. Taking a look underneath, we have a feature you might not expect on a Rolex, but this is a manual wind watch. So there's a little kerf under the crown so you can more easily dig your nail in, and now you could set it. Did I mention Art Deco to the max? Look at these concentric gadroons, a machine age design, deeply milled with grooves as sharp as a record. And you could see the Rolex Prince logo up at 12 o'clock. We've got an alternation between white gold blackened applique Roman numerals and blackened indices with white gold hands, including sub-seconds with an arrow index. Take a look at the media blast underneath the appliques. How different is that for a Rolex dial? Now, you may have also noticed while I was setting it, hacking seconds is in play. The crystal is completely flush shaped and cambered with just a little bit of a lip. So it's not totally flush in a countersunk sense, but it sits almost even with the bezel. Taking a look at the reverse side, this is a 30-meter water-resistant watch, so you don't want to try to take it swimming. But you have a movement that is sized and shaped for the case. This was Rolex's first series production use of a display case back. Now, what you'll notice here is we've got reference 7040-3. Each version of this movement was designed with a finish and decoration to match the design of the case and the dial. And so we have those deep grooved polished gadroons on all the bridges. Now we've got manual wind, 72-hour power reserve, 21 joules, 4 hertz beat rate, 5 position adjusted, COSC certified Swiss chronometer. Although it's a little bit deceptive because of its shape, it is a full balance bridge and it is a free sprung balance for shock resistance. You can see we're using Rolex's proprietary Paraflex shock protection system already here, and that we've got a 4 hertz beat rate free sprung balance on an overcoil hairspring for concentric breathing and consistent timekeeping in any position. Take a quick look at those bridges. Look at how they're polished. Look at the quality of the bevels, assuredly applied in a mechanical fashion, but in a fashion mirrored and smooth that puts the likes of Audemars Piguet to shame. Look at that crown wheel. Look at the solarized and dished ratchet wheel atop the barrel with polished teeth on the edge of the wheels. Absolutely extraordinary stuff. Possibly the most collectible Rolex watch of the 2000s. It debuted in 2005. It was made for about 10 years, phasing out in 2015. I think someday we'll wish we bought 2 of these, one for the wrist and one for the safe. But it's certainly got a date with destiny when people realize how special, historically important, and rare they are. Reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details. Rolex certified pre-owned watches are backed and authenticated by Rolex. Should any reconditioning be necessary, it will be to a Rolex certified standard, and any parts invested Rolex factory original. Should the initial retail box, paper, and accessory set still accompany the watch, it will be included with the sale. But no matter what, a certified pre-owned box and paper set starts with an outer box, a leatherette travel pouch with suede lining, a warranty card that embodies the 2-year globally valid Rolex-backed warranty. Note, this is not a retail warranty, but backed by Rolex and actionable at any of its authorized points of sales and service. A leatherette wallet includes the warranty terms and conditions manual. A holographic hang tag marks this as a certified pre-owned Rolex watch, and a manual details Rolex's values as a company. The certified pre-owned program: care, feeding, service, and use of your Rolex, locations of points of sales and service, and details of Rolex.com. Rolex certified pre-owned watches are backed only by Rolex.